We got a cutscene. Chapter 8.
Nice car.
With the little 2chan new driver logo on the front of it.
What's that?
That squirrel is making sweet love to that guitar. Isn't it a beautiful experience out here with the rams and the rainbow and the ducks?
I think I saw this on an episode of The Partridge Family.
It's the Orange Ocean.
Bunch of orange soda, man.
Oh no! Tragedy!
Shit, he's got cool socks though.
Fuck.
At least they tried to make up before he passed. Or got ill.
You never know. He may pull through.
Maybe he's just got diarrhea.
Positive thinking. Oh, we got. You missed what you missed. Let me go back so you can read it. Do you want a snowman?
Do you wanna fuck a snowman?
Now we gotta make a snowman. Every snowman I ever made just fell to shit pretty quick. I never really made like a super awesome snowman. And because it doesn't really snow
Dude, I
that
never
often
made
over
one
here.
that was more than like 1.5 feet tall.
Oh no,
and it usually melted by the end of the day.
we put together some like people-sized snowmans, but they weren't great.
Well, when we do get snow that sticks on the ground, it's like not very thick and it doesn't have
Yeah.
a good consistency, so it doesn't really hold together very well.
Pisses me off because we get all the fucking cold, but we don't get any of the good shit that comes with it, like snow.
I don't know, I've heard it's kind of annoying to have that much snow around.
Oh yeah, you can always have too much of anything. Snow rabbit.
Don't go in the fire.
You know what? I think that's a good idea.
Maybe just once, just to see
No.
what would happen.
No, I think we're good.
Even though I'm pretty sure I know something. Hey, hey.
They're throwing baseballs at each other. That ain't no snowball fight. That's just wanting to hurt
Field
somebody.
of John Candy.
Son of a bitch.
John Candy feet. You know, since we're on a snow level, it's happy feet.
Oh, there's no snow up here. We need more. We need more snow. Shit. Get that eel. Yeah.
So,
Fuck.
basically the premise is just to get
Yeah, we're making a head for the snowman. Pretty much it.
big as possible.
Jump for the fire. I wonder if that fire would melt the snowball no matter how big you are.
I mean, it would at least, you know, do some damage.
Oh, and I just noticed we don't have a timer. So we're just going. We're just going however long we feel like.
Well, we might have to get as big as this little section over here.
I'm not too sure what that's representing. I think that's
Now,
showing...
there's the bottom of the snowman.
Yeah, I think that's
But
showing
see, if you look at its head, it's all...
tiny.
Yeah, so maybe when it gets big.
Yeah, that's the size that our head would be if we went and put it on the snowman.
No
Oh,
fire.
fuck! Ooh, that was a close one.
John Candy at the gates.
I fucking hate... Oh, fuck!
And speaking of war movies,
John Candy almost made me run into that fucking fire.
because he's awesome. But speaking of other war movies kind of like that, behind John Candy
Good God.
instead of behind enemy lines. See what he did there?
Yeah, little girl.
I got your little girl with her snowboard. Something's after you. Just
Yeah,
tell me
something.
later.
Fuck you, penguins. What's the best Christmas present you ever got?
I have to think about this one.
Think super hard. I think I've already got mine narrowed down.
I don't know.
Get these huskies.
Because you got to remember, there was that one year I got a bass.
Think on it. Mine probably either Sega Genesis. That was a good Christmas. That was a pretty good Christmas. Had Sonic 2. It was just all around good time.
You see, I didn't get stuff like that for Christmas. I got stuff like that for like my birthday or like in the summertime or something.
Yeah. Well, see, because my birthday is not exactly close to Christmas, but close enough, usually I'd just get kind of small things for my birthday, and then the big things would come for Christmas.
Yeah. See, I usually got a lot of clothes for Christmas, or maybe a video game or two. There is one year, you know, I got the TV one year. Movies, because I've always been a movie guy. It might have to be, it's either, I'm guessing I'm going to have to say the bass, because really, like the cool stuff, I never got really cool stuff for Christmas. It was always for like on my birthday or like in the summertime or something as a reward for something.
But yeah,
because I got my Super Nintendo over like spring break one year, I think.
Well, it's funny, all my Nintendo consoles have always been hand-me-downs. Like, it was my uncle that bought the first Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, and I just kind of inherited them when he moved out.
You gonna get in the fire?
Surely I'm big enough that little fire ain't gonna hurt me.
Don't take anything for granted in this game.
Our head's getting bigger. I'm not even gonna bother with a sleeping bag. People.
Well, you know, you kind of have a point about with the hand-me-downs, because the Nintendo, I technically got it, but it wasn't mine. It was my sister's. She got, you know, she's quite a bit older than me.
Yeah.
She got like a part-time job, and with her money, she bought a Nintendo. And I was about 6 or 7 when we got it, because it was shortly after it came out. And she'd let me be in the room when she would play, and then occasionally she would let me play it, as long as I wasn't playing like a game that she was trying to beat and was trying to save. And then we got the Super Nintendo, and we told our mom that we would share it, and we kind of did. But by that time, my sister didn't really play games that much anymore. Matter of fact, let's see, she had I think she had already moved out or was close to moving out at that time. The first time she moved out.
I think we're getting pretty close to having this head finished. But I guess it would either be the Genesis, or one year I got like this little, like the little power cars that ran on batteries.
Well, I got one of those. That's actually the year that I found out that, spoiler alert, cover your children's ears. That was the year. That was the year I found out there wasn't a Santa Claus. The year that I got a remote control car. It was a remote control truck, actually.
Were you informed, or had you just kind of figured it out?
Well, I'd kind of figured that there wasn't one. I wasn't, you know, stupid. I had started to figure it out, but like the actual 100% confirmation is, I heard these noises in the living room when I was supposed to be in bed, and I walked in there, and my mom and dad were putting together all the Christmas
stuff,
presents. Yeah. And I remember my mom almost said shit really loud, but she caught herself. She was like, shit. And she, for a second, she tried to say, Santa left these and we were making sure that we were getting them ready for you for tomorrow. But then she's like,
you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, here, do you want to play with any of these while they're out? And I'm like, yeah. And then my sister, my mom was so mad at my sister because she was supposed to be running interference, so I didn't come into the living room.
What do we got? The Snowman Planet. Yeah,
that makes sense. But you know, it doesn't do a lot of good because my room was the first bedroom in the hallway before the living room, and my sister's was at the end of the hallway. the other end of the hallway. So how was she gonna run interference?
What we get? The eclair satter.
More candy.
Candy is dandy.
Just like John Candy.
Son of a bitch. Oh, we got a cutscene.
The lion never falls. Oh shit. One up.
And medicine. Oh fuck.
The crown has been passed. So how come Dad's brown
Oh no.
and Junior... Is that a turd on the bed?
And Junior's kind of grayish green.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I call him zombie colored. I'll call him zombie colored.
Alright. Let's go look around. See more people in need of assistance.
Holy crap, it's an elephant.
This dude is fucking elephant.
I hate you so much.
Let's go see what this shit's all about. Tweetily.
Did you ever own an Atari?
No,
Like a
but
2600?
my uncle did, and I got to play on it a lot. That was pretty much my first video game console
Yeah,
before it was sold in a yard sale.
we had one too. Well, we still have one. We just don't have anything to hook it up to because we don't have, and I don't feel like going and buying the right adapter to hook it up to to a modern TV.
The very first video game I ever
500 meters, Jesus Christ!
bought. Yeah, it's time for the Big Papa one. We got 17 minutes to win it.
I think after this one, we might be pretty close.
Yeah, this one may do it. Ugh.
I'm digging this music.
Yeah,
It's
this
like
is
Chips or something.
the opening theme. Katamari on the swing.
Okay, so you were talking about the Atari.
Hold on, I wanna listen.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah. The very first video game I bought was Pac Man Jr. for the 2600. What a fucking disappointment that was. And even my grandmother went with me to buy it, and even she was like, why the fuck are you buying this game? And I was just like, I don't know, I like Pac Man. Maybe this will be good too. Yeah, I was wrong.
And that was the first time you got the harsh dose of reality. Not all video games are good.
Great. All these fucking boxes.
And just because you spend a lot of money on a game doesn't mean it's gonna be good. Wow!
Yeah, I think we might actually be able to get the sun after this one.
But we gotta be able to do this one first.
Yeah, this one's gonna take a fucking minute. This one's gonna take some time.
No, this one's gonna take 16
minutes. It's the longest level yet.
You're doing alright.
We're gonna have to get fucking everything, dude. Everything. So, what is your favorite video game console?
Console?
Yeah, we're going with console. PC doesn't count.
Huh.
We're going for like traditional console here.
It might be Super Nintendo, because to me, the Super Nintendo, I liked the way things looked on the Super Nintendo. They
Yeah.
did a good job of doing the best they could with the graphics. They were good at making, you know, how they put together the sprites and stuff to where they actually looked pretty decent.
Genesis wasn't really a slouch either, though. And it had blast processing.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it was a meaningless buzzword.
I just didn't like the games on Genesis. I don't know why.
There was some pretty good ones. If you asked me the same question, it would be kind of like a
I mean, I like Sonic, but then after that, it's just like, well, does it come out on Super Nintendo? Okay, I'll play the Super Nintendo version.
I guess. It had some good exclusives though, but for me, it's just like a my head says Super Nintendo, but my heart says Genesis type deal. Genesis was the underdog.
Now, my favorite Sega system might be the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Maybe.
go ahead and say that I like the Dreamcast. It really wasn't a terrible system.
You know, they tried, you know. You could hook up to the Dreamcast network.
Yeah.
You had the VMUs, which are awesome.
At
I
the time.
like being able to take my memory card out and like playing it like on the bus on the way to school or something. And you know, there were a lot of games
shit.
that I liked on the Nintendo 64, but it just looked like ass.
Yeah, it really did.
Complete and total ass. Like, even back then I was like, wow, why is this dude's face like flat? Like, seriously, the features looked better on the Super Nintendo. They knew how to do it right on that system.
Well, that also kind of runs into how, and I'm not even sure why, but 2D things just hold up better than 3D things. Like if you take an early Super Nintendo game or like an early 64 game, the Super Nintendo game is gonna look better. 2D just holds up better than 3D.
Yeah. That helicopter
It's just buzzing me. He wants me.
he wants to be part of the fun.
Well, now he is. We're only at 10 fucking meters. Ugh.
I don't know. And I
Can I not
remember,
get up there?
I remember, you know, I owned quite a few games on the 64, and then I rented some. And it's like the ones I rented were just so bad.
It had some doo-doo games. But then again, I guess every system did, really.
But, you know, Super Mario 64, that was pretty good.
Whoa.
Like the franchise games that we're used
It's
to.
Nintendo.
Those were good. Ocarina of Time was all right. Majora's Mask was okay, even though they kind of went like with a whole new kind of concept with the Legend of Zelda with those games. But
Yeah.
I think he was all right.
I don't think that's a very controversial opinion. I think you're gonna find a lot of
Well,
support
I do know some people that didn't like the kind of idea that they went with that.
Really?
I'm just saying. They preferred the more 2D kind of look.
Well, I will say this.
They were bigger fans of Link to the Past than Ocarina of Time.
I will say this. I do wish Zelda would, and I haven't played the Link to the Past sequel yet, so I'm not too sure what it's like. But I do miss it. I do miss when Zelda was more about exploration than just a linear path. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of what the game was all about. And taking that away from it just kind of makes it not as cool. Oh, no more traffic today in Katamari City.
Hey, where you going? I'll take you there. I'll take you there.
Oh, come here, everybody.
Mass hysteria.
Oh no, we're rolling all over the world now. We're taking this global.
So are you in France now or something? Since there was a Arc de Triomphe?
Yeah, that's what I'd imagine.
I've never been to France.
Never been out of the States.
Me either. I want to go, but I don't know.
No money. Traveling is very, very expensive.
Plus, it's my general It's what I've heard. The general consensus is the world hates Americans. Let me be more specific. United States citizens. Because I'm not conceited enough to think that United States is the only part of America. There is Canada, which is still part of North America, like the United States. And then you have Mexico, Central America, and then you have South America and all those countries down there. It ain't just the United States and America. So when you say American, it ain't just like New York and Texas. I mean, seriously. I mean,
let's get the rest of this train.
All these people think that they can get the monopoly on the term American.
American. We're in China. Visiting the Great Wall.
Sorry, I have strong views on some things. You know, John Candy was a North American. He was from Canada.
John Candy was Canadian?
Yeah.
That explains so much.
Why he's so awesome? You know, because Scott Pilgrim is based in...
yeah,
it's
based in Canada.
Actually, you know what? You got me on another side topic, which we will cover next time.
Yeah, join us while we roll up the entire fucking world!